every goal your team gives up in Rocket League is your fault. Let me say that one more time. Every single goal that your team concedes can be traced back to a mistake that you made. As much as we don't want to admit it, we are the reason we lose games, despite all the arguments you might see online about bad teammates. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at some examples that showcase this fact perfectly. Now, in each of these examples, we're going to see moments where we very easily could choose to blame our teammates for the goal going in. However, in the exercise we're looking at today, we are going to completely ignore any mistakes that our teammate may or may not be making, and we're purely going to focus on what we do on the field that either leads directly to a goal or puts our teammate into a very awkward spot where we are no longer in a position to support them. So looking at this first example here, then we are going to see a moment where a goal gets conceded purely because we do not capitalize on an opportunity that is created for us. So you can see we're just patiently waiting here and waiting to see what happens. Ball pops up. We'll be waiting mid for this pass. Pass does come across. We're just not able to put that into the net. It does indeed get blocked. And now a counterattack goal goes in, which is, you know, a little awkward because in this exact moment, some people may, keyword may, be wondering why their teammate might be going out here to the corner boost, as there is very clearly a potential shot coming onto the net that is now undefended. So if you're not paying attention to really what you're doing yourself, you might sit there and be like, oh my gosh, my teammate's an idiot. How on earth could he have possibly done this? What is he even thinking? But that's when it pays to take a moment, take a step back, and literally take a step back in the gameplay to see what happened, you know, just right before this situation. If we go back, you know, just a few seconds, we'll see again this potential shot. Now, this is a very scoreable ball, some might say, including myself, very scoreable indeed, as long as we focus on putting it into a good spot in the net. You see, the real problem here is we are fully committing to this play with having one player in the air and the other player jumping for the pass. So if we're gonna go for this, we better be darn sure that we're either gonna put this thing into the net or we are going to put the ball into a safe location where the opponents cannot quickly counterattack. The problem we are going to have is that we don't do that at all. So in this current moment, the first thing we need to pay attention to is where the opponent is coming from. So they're over here on the right side of the field. So what that says to us as a person taking a potential shot is we want to play the ball away from them, and therefore the open part of the net is not back towards the right where that defender is, but rather it's over towards the left. So the problem we're going to have here is as we jump, we are going to jump towards the left side of the field. We're going to turn ever so slightly to the left. And what that's going to do is it's going to force us then, in order to put the shot on target, to push it back towards the right, which puts it right back in line with where the defender is coming from. So we do have an opportunity to score here, but because we don't capitalize on it, we then put our team in a very bad spot. That opens up the opportunity for our teammate to make a mistake, therefore leading to a goal. If we do a better job right here, if we actually put this shot on target well, this doesn't develop, this pass doesn't come out, this potential shot isn't here, and our teammate does not get caught off guard with this very powerful shot coming forward while he's going out to the corner boost. So yes, you very easily could tunnel vision on your teammate here, wondering what the heck they're doing, but take that step back and you'd see that you still technically put them in this situation. So should they have gone for corner boost? No, probably not, but they wouldn't have even been in this position if we had done a better job with the opportunity that we had. Now, example number 2 here is honestly going to be quite similar to example number 1. So let's see how this goes. We roll forward, ball on the goal line, very possible shooting opportunity. We somehow shoot it directly at the defender. Okay, waiting patiently. Sure, why not? Play the ball up the sidewall. Surely we don't dive. Oh, well, wait, yes we do. We do indeed dive. Well, our teammate should be fine. Oh, wait, now he's made a poor touch and the ball's just in our net. So again, looking at, you know, if we just went to not this part, ignore this part, forget this. If we just went to right around here and just looked at this precise moment in time, The question would be, how does our teammate mess up the touch that badly? The problem, though, is once again, we put him in that position with a couple mistakes of our own here. So we start out right by just not putting a very easy goal into the net. This is completely free as long as we just don't shoot the ball directly at the defender and actually attack it with pace. The problem we're going to have, though, is that we get very hesitant here in the midfield and we don't actually commit for the shot until it's in a very awkward spot. And then by the time we do commit, we jump all weird like and it ends up just being an absolute mess. So that's mistake number one, is just for whatever reason not scoring this ball. We don't even need to jump. We could just wait. Let Atomic fly past it and just tap it on in. But no, we gotta just hit the ball right into him. So now we bait our teammate in as well to try to finish that one. So now again, we're both stuck on our opponent's half. Not the end of the world because we do go ahead and get a block here over to the side. But now you're going to look at this position. So our teammate is somewhere over there. We know that he also heavily committed to this play. So he's going to be quite slow back as well. We do not have a whole lot of boost. It would be totally fine here to just not go for this ball and fake off of it and go get some mid boost and just prepare to play defense. We have a lead. We do not need another goal. There is no reason for us to push overly hard for this. We can just play a bit safer and keep ourselves between the ball and our own net. But of course, this wouldn't be an example if we ever did the smart thing. So up the wall we go for absolutely no reason. Atomic clearly has us beat by an absolute mile, and it's going to be a completely free touch over the top. So now again, is this a spot that our teammate should be all right in? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, again, he would not be in this situation where a poor touch causes so many problems if we had just rotated back. Because we'd be able to grab this boost and then jump up to cover any air dribble that's coming through, therefore allowing him a free ball after the initial challenge, therefore making things just a little bit easier because we have a bit more support on defense. But instead, we jump up here, taking ourselves completely out of the play, and now, yes, this is a poor touch from my teammate, but if we were here to support him, it wouldn't be an issue at all. So once again, on us completely for putting our teammate in that spot where an unfortunate mistouch costs us a goal. On to example 3 here, you can see we have once again regained the lead. Into the final minute we go. Let's see how we defend this. And, yeah, we don't. We don't defend it. Now, this is the first one where you really can't make much of an argument for this being at all our teammate's fault. Although I'm sure some people would simply say that our teammate should be able to get that air dribble blocked. But at the same time, we again are doing absolutely nothing to support him. So in this play, we can currently see that we have one opponent right here just sprinting downfield, so he's not really doing anything except maybe a threat of a slight bump, maybe. And we have our teammate here flipping back. Now what this says is that our teammate is going back to net. So when you play 2v2 defense successfully, it is all about forcing the ball off of whoever's controlling it on your opponent's team, and therefore giving the ball for free to your teammate to control it back out of defense, back into your opponent's half. So in a perfect world here, all I would have to do is either drive up to the ceiling and force this guy, or I can even just drive down to the ground and jump up and just force him to make touches that he doesn't necessarily want to make. All I need to do is force him to go over me, maybe get a bump on his car, which would give the ball away for free, maybe force out a 50-50, which would drop the ball somewhere safe for us. But instead, we are just going to sit and watch, I guess, because nothing like a front row seat to watching the ball go into your own net, because we just simply don't do anything. Like, what are we doing? Just jump. Dude, just jump. Dude, jump. No? Yeah, no wonder your teammate can't make the save, because you're off in La La Land staring at the ball. Fascinating idea from myself there, and does not work at all. And as you can see, definitely not a situation where you can really blame your teammate when you're literally sitting there doing absolutely nothing on the field. So when you're on the defensive half, make sure you are paying attention to when you have opportunities to force the ball off of your opponent. You don't want to give them free air dribbles like that. You don't want to give them free space, because if you simply don't involve yourself in the play, you are again leaving your teammate in a very bad spot where he's also wondering what the heck you're doing, because he's probably waiting for you to jump And then by the time he realizes that you're not going, there's just nothing he can do at that point because you've put him in such an awkward position. So looking at our last example here, this one is going to be all about a lack of awareness. So we have some nice control here off the backboard. Teammate gets the demo. We'll go ahead and pop it off the wall. And then we do this and just kind of pop it out to the midfield. We do trip up the opponent on our way back, so all well and good. Teammate trying to get a block there, not going to quite work out. Then we get bumped and, oh, dang, we can't get back. That's tragic. So let's break this down because, again, many an issue to cover. So, ball comes off the backboard, all well and good. Maybe we use a little bit too much boost to get back to it, but we get back to it all fine. Not really that big of a problem. We have one boost. Just one. Really not a whole lot you can do with one boost. Now, if you look to the middle of the field here, this might be a little hard to see, so stay with me. If you look to the middle of the field, you'll notice there's no teammate here. Nowhere to be found. He's back there. So what that tells us is any ball that, we just decide to, I don't know, push out into, the middle of the field is immediately going to be grabbed by either of the two opponents who just happen to be sitting here watching whatever the heck I'm about to do. So in this position, it would be totally fine to just sit with this ball just in front of us. And if this guy wants to jump up to challenge, then we can go ahead and jump out and at least get a 50-50. But that is a lot less volatile than just dropping the ball down and going, here you go, guys. Have fun control with that, because I guess we don't want to control the ball at all anymore. So very poor decision here for me that is immediately going to put the ball in a dangerous spot for no reason. So, just flicking on out, free ball for the opponents, not what you want to be doing. Luckily, we do get the trip up. And now again, here's the moment where you could say, hold on, what is my teammate doing? But again, you've put him in this spot where he has the opportunity to play the ball at a poor angle and make himself awkward. But this only happens because we boomed the ball away and gave it to our opponents for free. So as we come back, we're going to say, okay, maybe our teammate can do something here. If he doesn't know, it's still on us. And you can see we put him in an awkward spot. He doesn't play the best angle. He gets demoed off the field. So now this entire position has still been created by our poor decision in the midfield. So now it's all about the awareness, because we can see that our opponent who just demoed our teammate is, coming across the net. Fairly obvious where he's going. We can also see that this ball is just sitting in the corner, completely unattended from either side. So not an immediately dangerous ball, as the only player who can currently play it is all the way out at the midfield. So not anything we need to be worried about immediately. However, we are going to decide that we do need to worry about it immediately, because why would we decide to be patient and just let this guy go by the mouth of our net before deciding to drive out? Why don't we drive out now and just drive right in to the path that opponent is taking across our net? Why, yes, I think that is a very good idea, so why don't we try that? And as you can see, yeah, it doesn't work out too well, because, when your opponent's driving in a straight line, typically driving right into the path that they're taking doesn't end too well for you. So we're gonna get bumped here, which is unfortunate, but then we just don't even do anything to try to recover. We just, float. Like, don't backflip, don't try to half flip, don't do anything to get back to the ground faster. I'm sure if you just go in the direction that you got bumped, everything will work out just fine with no issues. And you can see now we're super far out of the play. We're trying desperately to use boost to get back, and we simply can't get back in time. So you have a couple of issues that kind of build upon each other there, where we first give away the ball for free for absolutely no reason. Then you have the lack of patience with the ball just sitting quietly in our corner with no one pressuring it. And then you add onto that lack of patience a lack of awareness and just deciding to drive into the path of our opponents. And you can realize that you have an awful lot of problems, and that goal is purely on me every single step of the way. So if you guys want to get better at Rocket League, it is really critical that you can go into your own replays and pretty much do this. Now, for some goals, it will certainly be a little more difficult to determine how exactly the decisions we made led to the goal being conceded, but if you look hard enough, you will be able to find something you did that led to the goal. Whether you are too far forward, too far back, made a poor touch, put your teammate in a bad spot. But this is something I highly recommend so that you can make it a habit to blame yourself instead of blaming your teammate. And this will not only help you better identify your own mistakes and help you fix them over time, It will also help you to not get as tilted because you won't be blaming the player you have no control over, you will only be blaming yourself. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who made it to this point in the video, and I do hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, if you'd like to be a bit more involved in the community we're building here, feel free to join my Discord, which I'll have linked down in the description. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys. Thank you.